Now let's do some coding, and let's actually create a class. And then in the next video, we'll actually create some objects using this class. Now, I'm going to do a very, very simple example here. And you'll notice that I have created a solution in Visual C++ called class example. And you will find this in your work files folder. And so you can go grab that and work with it and play with it or follow along, whatever you'd like to do. Notice inside class example, I did create in the source file a class EX module here, .cpp. And that's where we're going to do our coding. So you can go look in work files and see all of this, all right? And you're going to see something very similar to this in finished form, but notice that I've got just my standard stuff here to get started. Here is my main function, and I'm including IO stream so that we can write stuff out to the console. And then I'm also including, I think for the first time in the course, string right here. And this allows us to work with some strings that are in the standard namespace. And anyway, you'll just kind of see that as we go through here. All right, but to create a class, I'm going to give myself some room here. And outside of the main function, I'm going to use the keyword class, and then I'm going to call this cat. So class cat, and notice I capitalized cat. And you'll see some books out there, Beautiful Code, and some other things about different coding structures and methodologies, and a lot of programmers will put their classes with capital letters to start them. And then we will just simply, for a class, open and close the braces, and that gives it the context. Now, something that's interesting in a class is after the last brace, we want to put a semicolon. All right? And so now we're ready to define the things that make up our class. Now, something else inside the class, we haven't really dealt with it a whole lot, is this idea of public and private functionalities. And so inside the class, there are some things here that I want to be public. So I put the keyword public and a colon, and now I'm going to create some variables. Okay, and I put an M in front of age because I want it to be known that this is a member variable. It's part of a class. And so then I will create weight, and then notice I'm going to create a string, and the string is going to be called name. All right, it's a variable called name that holds the data type of string. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is come down, and I'm going to write a function here as part of my class, and it's in the standard namespace. String data type is what's going to be returned. And we're going to call the inoculate function, and we're going to pass to it an integer, and we will call it age when we catch it here. And then within my function, I'll open and close my braces, and we're going to do a little if statement here. We're going to say if age that's being passed in is less than 3, then we want to do something here. Okay, and what we want to do is say standard string, and we're going to create a variable called status, and it is a string, and we will set that equal to underaged for inoculation. All right, and then I will return status just like that. And let me go back here. Then in our if, we will put an else in here, then we'll put us 2 more braces, and then I'm going to copy all of this to save us just a little bit of time here, and I will put all this in here, and then I will just change this to say successfully inoculated. And notice it's gone black on me because I lost my opening quotes here. All right, and so now with that, I've created a class. Now notice this class has 3 variables that I'll be able to access from outside the class. It has a inoculate function that will become a method, something the class will do that I can call, and I'll be able to pass it in an integer, and based on that integer it'll do some things and pass some information back for me. Okay, so at this point I have created a class, and right there it is. Okay, and so join me in the video that will be entitled Declaring Objects, and we'll take a look at how to actually create objects and use them based on this class we just created right here.